seated. Winston Churchill once said, giving a speech should be like a skirt, long enough to cover the material, but short enough to keep it interesting. I think high school is much the same way. Long enough to prepare us for life, but short enough that it stayed interesting. Reflecting on the memories we have made, they are full of laughter, friendship, resilience, procrastination, and many, many tears. To think, in 4 short years, our class has been through so much. We made it through an entire year of weekly sexual harassment lessons in TA, and I would like to be the first to officially congratulate us for being the first senior class to graduate despite having to walk from the side parking lots to enter at the front of the building every morning. Unless your dad had a teacher's pass. Sometimes our accomplishments were also contrasted with failures, and when we hit the ground, we were always willing to make the climb again because we knew the view from the top was always better than the view from the bottom. In these few short years, the lessons we have learned and the memories we have made are ones we will carry with us throughout our lives. When we look back, we will not only remember the support and inspiration shared by teachers, administrators, and parents, but most importantly, we will remember the support we shared with each other and the memories we made. With this support, brick by brick, we have begun to pave our own ways, and in the end, the greatest gratification will come when we know the road we built and traveled was our own. To sum up our high school experience, all in all, I would not have missed it for the world. As this chapter of our lives comes to a close, it becomes hard to say goodbye, but the past is now behind us and the future is at our feet. In the words of Gandalf the Grey from Lord of the Rings, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Class of 2019, what will we choose to do with the rest of the time that we have been given? This is no longer our house. This is our world. Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
I expect to pass through this world expect to pass through this world but once.
I expect to pass through this world but once.
I expect to pass through this world but once.
I expect to pass through this world but once.
Any good therefore that I can do, or any kindness I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me do it now. Let me do it now. I expect to pass through this world but once.
I expect to pass through this world but once.
Any good therefore that I can do, let me not differ, let me not differ, let me not neglect it, not pass this way again, shall not pass this way again, pass this way again.
Hello. First, I'd like to thank Century Singers for one last beautiful performance of this year. You guys never failed to impress me. But with that being said, I believe a few other thank yous are in order. Students, teachers, staff, administration, family, friends, everyone who supported and encouraged our journey to this stage today. Thank you. And really, nothing I could say would do justice to the thanks and appreciation deserved. Therefore, I'd like to take this time to tell you a little bit about my class. So, class of 2019. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lilly. We went to high school together. However, regardless of if you know me or not, we were in this together. In 4 years, a lot can happen. We've gone home exhausted after standardized tests, felt the stress of procrastination, and yes, maybe we've even found ourselves at the bottom of the learning pit a time or two. But we've also had our hand in transforming school spirit here at Century, known the iconic assembly speeches of both Mr. Hobson and Mr. Chase, learned to place confidence in our academic endeavors, had a little personal growth along the way, and felt the pride of being a Diamondback. Being here today, I feel that pride more than ever. Whatever you feel leaving this place today, whether you're sad, nervous, or anxious, is really your choice. But I would tell you to be grateful, because to say the past 4 years have been leading up to this moment would be an understatement. I, for one, have been waiting 18 whole years to find myself in this cap and gown. But in 10 years, 20 years, our time here won't seem as long. So cherish it now, because there is so much to be grateful for. Our time at Century is a platform from which we now build the rest of our lives. Now it's our task to go find a new niche, friendships, and place in the community. A new class. And it begins right now. Class of 2019, let's get started. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker today, none other than Century's all-student body president, Mr. Quinn Gerber.
Thanks, Lilly. As many of you know, we won state soccer our freshman year. Even though he was a rookie team member, Cole Roski played an integral role in winning that state title game. Cole was responsible for defending the other team's talented star, not a simple task. Nevertheless, Cole's pesky defense was relentless. As the game drew on, the other player became so frustrated that he straight up punched Cole in the face. Was the pain worth it? Undoubtedly. As Cole demonstrated on the pitch that day, the class of 2019 is resolute. We fight for what we want. We know our potential, and we will stop at nothing to reach it. During the summer, between our freshman and sophomore year, Dexter Burnham's family moved to Washington State. Things didn't work out for them there, so by the second week of school, Dexter was back at Century. Dexter, a talented percussionist, rejoined marching band, despite having missed all the camps throughout the summer. Under extreme scrutiny to master his part, Dexter rose to the challenge. Ultimately, his hard work paid off as our marching band won the state title. Dexter's story explains that the class of 2019 is determined. We give our all, and we know that we will succeed. After he won the talent show our junior year, it became apparent to me that Mason Rouse can do everything. He can sing and unicycle and play guitar and create art and beatbox and play football and like 3,000 other stuff. Seriously, who is this kid? Class of 2019 is composed of musicians and athletes and leaders and bakers and glassblowers, there is one, and public speakers and everything in between. Our class, as emulated by Mason, aka the most interesting man in the school, is extremely and diversely talented. When Zoe Theros' father passed away, she could have given up on school, on volleyball, and on life. She did not. Zoe is one of my heroes because she overcame. There is no doubt that this tremendous trial is a burden to her, but her resilience is an inspiration to us all. Our senior year, the Century Diamondbacks were crowned 4A volleyball champions. But there's more to the story than the state title. Zoe is a perfect example of the class of 2019. We do more than face unbearable adversity. We rise above it, gloriously. Diamondbacks, we are all resolute, we are all determined, we are all talented. Because of this, we will overcome the challenges that we will face. I love all of you, and I'm grateful for the impact you have had on my life. Please, commit to giving your all in everything that you do. Please, change the world in the way only you can. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Century High School Symphonic Band, directed by Colin Bryan and conducted by Bryce Shipley.
Wow, just wow, amazing. All right. As we come together to be a part of a time-honored tradition, memories of our time at Century come flooding in, and we prepare to embark on a new journey of our life. I'd first like to thank my family for being so amazing and supportive, even during my junior year when I was basically a hermit while trying to prepare for the AP Chem test. And a special thanks to my mom for helping me get my act together so I could get over my senioritis and finish this speech. My time at Century has been unforgettable, and that has everything to do with the amazing teachers who work hard to make sure that every student who walks into their classroom feels important and seen. You can see it when any student who's ever had Mr. Banks remembers the nickname he gave them all the way back from freshman year. I was the queen. Or when Mr. Williams gives you the chance to redo an assignment over and over until you finally get it right, which I definitely used to the best of my ability. I am especially indebted, like many students here, to the drama and music departments, where I found lifelong friends and the confidence to pursue music as something greater than a hobby. And I'd also like to thank Mrs. Tremaine and Mrs. Berry for being so helpful and being some of the best cheerleaders. And thanks to the wonderful English teachers at Century, I was able to find a poem by Emily Dickinson that perfectly captures the very essence of being a graduating senior. Eden is that old-fashioned house we dwell in every day, without suspecting our abode until we drive away. How fair on looking back the day we sauntered from the door. Unconscious our returning, discover it no more. As seniors, there's nothing more enticing than what will happen outside of high school, and it becomes easy to look beyond the current Eden we inhabit. It isn't until we start our new job or walk into the first class of the fall semester that we realize the haven we once lived in. We saunter away and then poof, that time is gone, and on we travel to explore life outside of Eden. It is my honor to introduce the Zoe Theros.
Well, thank you, Marin. Wow, guys, we are finally here. I never knew that Century would become my second home. As the band marched outside and drama worked on stage, and athletes finished practice on the field or in the gym, another almost 12-hour day came to a close as we drove home to immediately start our calculus homework in fear of what Mr. Morris would do if every single problem wasn't tried. Though each of our days looked a little bit different here at Century, we had many shared experiences and achievements that we can stand up on. State titles, awards, successes. The class of 2019 exceeded all expectations. Now, success is never glamorous or easy. And I think high school is a great example of that. Through those long, long nights of AP biology homework, and you all know who you are who were right there alongside me, and the time that I fell over while standing, yes, I was completely stationary on the anatomy and physiology field trip, and Mrs. Fleshman called me the most athletic person she knows. We all found a way to be sitting here today. I mean, somehow, even I did. Even after the boys' bathroom was set on fire, amongst other things, multiple times, and Mr. Anderson threatened to bring out a single porta potty, we made it. And who remembers Joe catching on fire? I'm sorry, Joe, that's not funny. Hobson said something last year that I just didn't quite understand as a junior. But now I know what he meant when he said, a Diamondback above any other. Whether you were my teammate on the court, or I sat next to you in class, or we simply just passed by each other in the halls, we are fellow Diamondbacks. All of us struggled to either win games, master a sheet of music, create that perfect piece of art, or perform well on a test. We did these things together, each win or loss falling on our collective backs. Bleachers were absolutely packed when our boys basketball team beat Pokey by just 1 point to go to state in what might have been the biggest and loudest student section anyone in this entire city has ever seen. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. Yeah. From sweeping crosstown rivals to packing this dome every Friday night and filling up buses to support our teams on the road, I knew he was right. When color guard and our amazing band step out to this 50-yard line, and when Elise Simmons catches that flag, yeah, Elise, woo! That's the best part of any sporting event, by the way, right there, halftime. We all erupt in cheers every single time. It was so clear to me that what Hobson meant when he said, "A Diamondback above any other," is what we exhibited this year as seniors. It is so hard to imagine that I would be standing in this spot today without the guidance of the teachers and administration here at Century High School. You have all exemplified and reached far, far beyond your roles as mentors, and I'm so grateful to have been your student. And to the class of 2019, we are a hard act to follow. Any university, team, or corporation will be so lucky to have any one of us. Getting to know all of you has truly been one of the greatest pleasures. Congratulations, we just got through the easiest part of life. Now, I would like to introduce a phenomenal leader whom I truly cannot thank enough for making my Century High School experience unforgettable. Our principal, Mrs. Cheryl Brockett.
Good afternoon, graduates, Superintendent Howell, members of the school board, parents, and friends of graduates, faculty, and staff. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize the faculty that are on stage with me today. To my left is the 2019 Century High School Educator of the Year, Mr. Rick Benedetti. Also celebrating their final graduation with us this evening are retiring teachers, Mr. Rick Benedetti, Mr. Byron Hawes, and Mr. Jamshid Rumiani. Also faculty with me today are those that have children that are celebrating their graduation with us tonight. The students that were on stage just a few moments ago are Century's 44 top academic students. These learners have earned a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or higher, have completed at least 3 advanced placement courses, and have the highest of academic integrity. They have earned the status and the title of academic excellence. They, along with the highest honor students, have been awarded medallions to wear for today's ceremony. Seated to my right are members of the Pocatello-Chubbuck School Board, Superintendent Mr. Douglas Howell, and the Director of Secondary Education, Mrs. Jan Harwood. Now it is my honor to speak with you today regarding the accomplishments of the class of 2019. Every high school relies on seniors to be the example. They are the example for underclassmen, and they set the gold standard for academic achievement and citizenship. Seniors, you have been a Century High School student for 4 years. That is 720 days, or believe it or not, 4,320 hours of instruction. Throughout this school year, I have had no doubt that this is one of the most creative, compassionate, and devoted classes to walk the halls. I have many fond memories, including the leadership and the work that you all have done to enhance school spirit at Century High School. It has definitely been a fun-filled, action-packed year. It has been my pleasure to serve as your principal for these last 4 years. So let's talk about some of the highlights. Let's begin in the fall. Our girls' soccer team qualified for state and were state academic champions. Our boys' soccer team won the consolation state championship, were the state academic champions, and were awarded the State Sportsmanship Award. Our volleyball team placed first in district and went on to place first in state. Our football team won the Great Basin 10 District Championship, and from a very personal standpoint, I've never had as much fun as I have had with this group. I will miss our Friday afternoon meetings. I will miss calling that opening touchdown play at games. All the fun. In our inaugural year of swimming, Century qualified both boys and girls teams for state, with boys finishing first and girls were the academic state champion. Our girls basketball team had an amazing season, placing first in district and continued on to play first in state with an undefeated season. Boys basketball placed third in district, went on to finish third in state play. The boys were state academic champions. Our wrestlers won several conference duels this year, with 16 wrestlers qualifying for state. Cheerleaders spent countless hours supporting their fellow athletes and won many awards at competition. The Diamond Dancers had an amazing season, and they qualified 3 routines for state. Our award-winning marching band received first-place awards and a grand champion, as well as awards for Best Music, Best Visual, Best Percussion, and Best Color Guard. The show was absolutely outstanding, bringing audience to their feet in standing ovations. The Wind Ensemble and Concert Band received superior ratings, and percussion ensembles took first place and second places at state solo competitions. Our choir students earned superior ratings in performances at sight singing festivals. 13 students earned the privilege to attend all-state choir. Drama students placed first in district and had a fabulous showing at state. They also produced 3 wonderful shows featuring over 100 of our Century High School students and a very, very memorable show of My Fair Lady. Debate and speech students qualified, 19 of those for state, and our speech team placed 4th at state. Moving on to spring. Track team had both boys and girls qualifying for state, with 3 boys medaling for state. Girls and boys tennis placed 2nd at district, and girls finished 1st in state. Our golfers, girls placed 3rd at state, or 3rd in district, and placed 6th in state. Baseball and softball teams continued to pick up wins as those programs continue to grow. Student Council collected $3,398 in penny wars, nearly 3,000 pounds of food this year, all of which were donated to our very own Snakebite Food Pantry. These donations have supported our own students and others essentials that are homeless in our community. In addition, students from Interact, Key Club, Junior Civitan, and National Honor Society have contributed over 3,500 hours of community service to the Pocatello-Chubbuck communities. 531 advanced placement courses were completed, with 511 exams taken. In addition, 934 dual enrollment courses were completed for a total of 2,991 credit hours. 8 student athletes have signed national letters of intent to play sports at the college level. 5 student athletes were recognized as Players of the Year by the Idaho State Journal. In addition, Century High School was recognized as the School of the Year by the Journal. So sitting before you are 44 academic excellence students, 8 highest honors students, 31 high honors students, 23 honors students. This represents 38%. That's an amazing total, 38% of our graduating class. Of the 277 graduates sitting before us this afternoon, 253 have requested a transcript and/or applied to college. 50 have completed a CTE capstone course resulting in career readiness, and 10 graduates have signed up to serve our country in the military. This is an unduplicated count and an all-time high for Century High School of 96% of the Century High School graduates are college and career ready. Congratulations, graduates. The class of 2019 is partly responsible for Century High School earning the distinction as one of U.S. News and World Report's top high schools in America. We are ranked 4th in public schools in the state of Idaho. Century High School is the only school in eastern Idaho to earn and be recognized as a Silver Award winner. In addition to, round of applause for that, yeah, let's do it. In addition to this very prestigious award, Century High School has been recognized by the Idaho High School Activities Association as earning 2nd place in state as the School of Excellence. This award is in recognition of our athletic and activities programs, our academics, and perhaps most important of all, our citizenship. Congratulations, Century. All right, seniors, I didn't think we were going to get here before this morning, but here is the big news. Are you ready? Likely the best accomplishment of all is the record $10,090,372 of scholarship offerings that has come to the class of 2019. Nice job, seniors. According to the National Center for Educational Statistics, 3.5 million high school diplomas will be awarded this year. You represent 277 of those graduates. As a class, you left behind a legacy at Century High School. You also left behind the now famous Spirit Battle with many memorable lip sync performances. I encourage each and every one of you to follow your dreams and continue your pursuit of excellence as you move forward today as a graduate of Century High School. You are now and forever a Diamondback. It is now indeed my pleasure to introduce to you the Superintendent of the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District Number 25, Dr. Douglas Howell.
Fantastic. Mr. Chairman, Board of Trustees of the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District 25, duly authorized as the Superintendent of Schools, I present to you the Century High School class of 2019 as having met all of the graduation requirements for the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District 25 and the state of Idaho. They may now receive their diplomas.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I proudly accept the Century High School class of 2019 as ready to graduate and wish them well in their future endeavors. Good luck.
Shelby Lynn Vossas. Lilly Kim Castleman. Scott Quentin Gerber. Marin Rita Gabiola. Zoe Asia Theros. Aftanam I. Anfilofiev. Sophie Megan Borjundek. Corinne Elizabeth Brunger. Callie Joe Willis. Abigail Grace Christensen. Carter Douglas Clifford. Connor Russell Covey. Gabriel K. Davidson. Brigham Davis Free. Leah Way Harrelson. Priscilla Anna Hibbert. Elora Danielle Jacobia. Isabel Jensen. Joseph James Kaiser. Lydia Keener. Delphinia Fayen Lee. Emuel Cruz Mendez. Taylor Savannah Moore. Mason James Rouse. Chinma Emanuela Njoku. Talia Catherine Olson. Noah Christopher Owens. Sarah Rachel Adelaide Perkel. Abigail Marie Perry. Madeline Jane Finney. Abby Ariella Kelly Picard. Becca Nicole Prestwich. Maxwell Foster Rogers. Cole Allen Roski. Matthias Antonin Schoen. Jaden Alexis Skinner. Connor Matthew Slack. Aubrey Ruth Sutton. Jacqueline Andrea Sylvester. Jackson Lee Thiel. Hallie London Thompson Kidwell. Megan Joanne Treasure. Natalia K. Vongmani. Rachel Marie Jerome. Deshaun Thomas Harwell. Koleilani Rebecca Jepson. Marcus Russell Mayer. Claire Nadine Walster. Anna Elizabeth Ament. Cessna Brianne Peck. Ellie Karen Sermelis. Skylar Nelson Warner. Amanda White. Isabella Rose Adams. Adam Lynn Ames. P.T. Anderson. Alexander Terry Apel. Jared Facer Austin. Macaulay Tam Austin. Carson Ray Barham. Sarah Elizabeth Baxter. Riker Dean Beck. Allie Marie Beckstead. Sarah Elizabeth Benningfield. Medea Lee Bensick. Noah Michael Zion. Marguerite Clementine Bradley. Brianna Marie Branson. Michael Ryan Branson. Kyson Wade Brazier. Jackson Isaiah Yearsley. Catherine Ann Bullock. Jesse Brian Dixon Crabtree. Ethan Thomas Burke. Dexter Cole Burnham. Lance James Womack. Patricia Azucena Campos Moreno. Davin Brady Carter. Brittany Amber Chafin. Taylor Lynn Christ. Connor Tim Christensen. Landon James Christensen. Logan Leonard Christofferson. Stephen Spencer Calling. Cutler Davis Mark Conley. Ridge Christian Conley. Samantha Ashley Cooper. Abriana Charlize Crum. Kylie A. Curzon. Cameron F. Delamy. Callie Marie Darrington. Jacob Robert Martin Davidson. Gabrielle Sharon Davis. Marcos Vinicius Lopez de Albuquerque. Daisy Viviana de la Trinidad Avila. Connor Lynn Cutler. John Harrison Derwin. Hudson Tyler Williams. Nico Leon Walter. Riley J. Ferguson. Elizabeth Ann Florence. Anissa Ray Fountain. Isaiah Jacob French. Joshua Robert Gibson. Joseph William Giles. Kaylee Sue Godfrey. Matthew Andrew Allen Greenfield. Marissa Brianne Greenup. Jacob Gabriel Grinnell. Keone Meskin Gumatautau. Jacob D. Wild. Tyson Lynn Harvey. Jace Malcolm Haskett. Brianna Danielle K. Heath. Michaela Marie Hedstrom. Caden Reyes Henderson. Caitlin Ann Henneke. Sierra Aaliyah Herrera. Caitlin Ryan Hill. Megan Renee Hoffman. Addison Ryan Hall. Christina Kathleen Wheatley. Warren Michael Hiller. Richard James Hobson. Gavin Lee Hollis. Sage Travis Holm. Olivia Grace Holt. Roman Mark Horrocks. Courtney Ann Hole. Natalie Elise Hunt. Kirsten Lee Jemmett. Austin Travis Jensen. Adam Jacob Johnson. Kristen Rose Johnson. David Douglas Johnson. Morgan Marie Johnson. Cody Jacob Johnston. Riley Keith Jorgensen. Kellen Alexander Kelly. Yuan Jasmine Kennedy. Dakota Everett Cly. Abigail Riley Knievel. Alex Levi Kreiner. Kaylee Lynn Leach. Alexander Beowulf Maschner. Dustin James Lacey. Anthony David Land. Nicholas Joshua Latin Sheets. Joyce Yesul Lee. Mariana Leon Blanco. Emily Elizabeth Leonard. Gracie Marie Liljenquist. Noah Alexander Logue. Dionisio Sebastian Lopez. Grayson Paul Lucero. Emily Ann Lucio. Jessica Sydney Lucio. Brock Stephen Macy. Bryson Scott Malm. Nikaya Justice Malm. Brendan Michael Werner. Cami Kai Martin. Kylie Gwen Martin. Robert Isaac Thomas Matlock. Kelsey Ann Mayer. Haley Gwendolyn McGarry. Cole David McKinley. Bryce Douglas Shipley. Hallie Olson. Riley Ann Messick. Daniel Alvin Meyer. Madeline Diane Miller. Caitlin Hannah Millward. Donovan Christopher Mall. Kirtland John Murdoch. Haley Nicole Negus. Grace Morgan Nielsen. Braden William New. Joseph Cordell Dean Newman Wilson. Eric David Nunez. Ruth Nunez. Caden James Ogle. Christopher Andrew Wedler. Brittany Osler. Mia Inez Pace. Stetson Tyler Pack. Aime Rebecca Salas Para. Kenya Deneb Patch. Tessa Joy Payne. Shane Howard Pearson. Braden Ellis Peck. Landon Chase Pidcock. Paige Elizabeth Parkin. Michael Shane Pickering. Ashley J. Perry. Kogan Christopher Peterson. Dallin Phipps. Luke Alexander Porath. Keegan Don Potter. Madison Ray Watson. Raylyn Michelle Waters. Trayton Joseph Prey. Brooklyn Marie Proctor. Wesley Taylor Rademacher. Kaya Elise Randall. Brianna Lynn Richardson. Shayla Marianne Ridley. Sage Eleanor Ripley. Joshua James Risley. Hayden Glenn Roberts. Raymond Thomas Rodriguez. Gavin E. Rogers. Sinai Olivia Ropicki. Paige Ashley Wallace. Bryson Thomas Scougard. Brian Charles Rasmussen, Jr. Ellie Ray Shear. Carter Edward Scott. Skylar Michael Scott. Kaylee Brianne Shelton. Cassidy Sierra Shoup. Elise Nicole Simmons. Cassidy Joe Simpson. Hannah Diane Lynn Wall. Lauren Marie Smith. Cody Ryan Smoot. Traxton Jonathan Southwood. Colton Robert Stosich. Topanga Renee Staples. Rachel Marie Stein. Cody Michael Stinnett. Brooke Lee Stuckey. Michael Thomas Sudweeks. Keegan Marcus Taylor. Angela Lynn Tennant. Omri Monet Tusher. Aubrey Dell Thomas. Pearl Vorabuth. Aaron Sidney Sistrunk. Isabel Spryer. Jake Ryan Crosby Walsh. Gabrielle Lee White. Tanyan David Thomas. Taylor Olivia Trulson. McKenna Joy Tucker. Matthias Perry Turner. Dakota Allen Uline. Cody Rylan Van Pelt. Joseph Hunter Von Spencer. Ethan Ernest Weir. Nathan Robert Burt. Cody James Blessinger. Samuel Mark Burton.
Well, class of 19, scholars and gentle people, this is it, the final countdown to freedom. And the IRS can now track you down for unpaid taxes. Just kidding. Anyway, I am honored to address you on this wonderful occasion in our best wizarding robes. However, I was not allowed to bring in my wand as its length exceeded 1 foot. It's for you, Mr. Morris. And once and for all, just for the one last time, just so everybody knows, it's MOL. Now let's get down to business. Let's face it. In 5 to 10 years, or whenever we stumble across each other's paths, some of us will be going to college. Some of us will be suffering from crippling student loans. Some of us will still be working dead-end jobs, and some of us will be trying to live out the glory days. Who knows? But just a few of us will be doing something special. Some of us will be making a difference. See, the thing is that it doesn't matter where you are or who you choose to be. You can make a difference. Big or small, that's up to you. But what is the variation between those who will end up making a difference and those who will live a life wishing to be more? The difference isn't grades, it's not physical prowess, it's not looks or internet fame. It's not something you're born with, it's not big, and some will never choose to use it. The single difference is a love, but not just any love, a love of failure. Now, I get this may seem like those false advertisements for jumbo shrimp or the whole Snickers satisfies thing, like anyone can be satisfied with just one Snickers. But just listen. A love of failure is not a love of being subpar because you can, or not trying because you believe you won't make it, not even close. A love of failure is a love of growth. Because when one fails, that constitutes the trying of something. And after the first try, things can only get better. Now, a distinction must be made between failure and quitting. If you don't try and claim that you're just not good at it, stop lying to yourself. That's just quitting. Failure is the beautiful thing that occurs that when, despite your best efforts, you just can't make it. Now, why does this seemingly depressing thought matter? Well, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you. But first, this quote by musician and philosopher Eminem. You can do anything you set your mind to. So clearly it matters. Because failures are the stepping stones to success. And when we set our minds to it, setbacks become less like obstacles and more like road signs on the highway to success. This quote from Yoda explains this idea.
The best teacher failure is.
Thank you. But seriously, let that sink in for a second. Just think about it. Let's face it, we all have and will continue to fail, but to learn from it makes the difference that then allows us as individuals to make a difference. So whoever you choose to be and wherever you choose to be that person, make a difference. Choose to be a failure, not a quitter. Be different and have a growth mindset to turn your failures into successes. Choose to make the difference in everything you do, and it will change your life and the lives of those around you. So class of 19, my final message to you is be failures, because failures succeed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Century High School 2019 graduating class.